The Screen Team is back here on KWOC. We are doing movie reviews, and we do a whole different gambit of movie reviews. Sometimes we'll do movies that have just come out in theaters. Sometimes we'll do movies that have just come out on DVD, and sometimes we do something from our own personal vault. Maybe it's a movie we saw when we were younger, or maybe it's just one of our old-time favorites that we want to remind the folks about, or even let you guys know about if you haven't even seen it. So the next movie we're going to do is a movie that came out back in 1989, and it's a movie called Weekend at Bernie's. And here to help me review this film is the ever wonderful, ever talented Mr. Kadam himself. Kadam, were you even born in 1989?
No, unfortunately.
No. You were not born in 1989.
I was born in 92.
92, man. You are a baby. You are a young whippersnapper. But you have seen this movie, right?
Yeah, I've seen it in the past.
You've seen it in the past.
Yeah.
You've seen it in the present. Weekend at Bernie's is a interesting concept. It's a concept about two young gentlemen. They're working at a particular agency. It's like an accounting firm or something like that. I'm not really sure, but it's big business type stuff. But they're not really up high in the corporate ladder. They're more
lower class, kind of, you do the lackey kind of stuff.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're working on a hot summer day. It seems like it's a Saturday or something. And they're trying to find out where this missing money is. The company's lost $2 million somewhere in its bookkeeping, and these two guys are trying to crack the case. And they finally crack it. They're like, oh, we found it. And they go and tell their boss, and their boss is Bernie. His name is Bernie, right? And Bernie's like, guys, thank you so much for finding this. I'm going to reward you guys. Why don't you guys come out to my summer house this weekend, party, have a good time. Everything's on me. Why don't you guys come out? They're like, yes, we finally struck it rich. We hit it big with the boss. And what they don't know was that Bernie was the one who stole the $2 million, and he's going to have those two guys killed at his summer home.
Spoiler.
So that happens, and instead of those two guys dying, Bernie is actually the one who dies.
Yeah.
And the guys find him, and they have to spend the whole weekend trying to show everybody that he's actually alive.
Like a puppet.
Like a puppet. So that's the basis of the story. The guys are trying not to die, but they're also trying to convince everybody who lives on this, it's like an island. It's like a summer island kind of thing where all the rich people go and have a good time and yacht and boat and stuff like that. And they got to convince everybody that Bernie is still alive. So that's where the comedy ensues. I've seen this movie a million times when I was younger.
Oh, when it first came out. Right?
When it first came out. When you were a baby and I was like 9, 10 years old, I was watching this movie like mad crazy. But I hadn't seen it like in 20 years. And I was really interested in if I was going to find the movie funny again. And I did. I didn't find it like, laugh out loud, kind of funny, but I still chuckled. I had a good time. I still enjoyed the film. What was your experience watching this film?
The last time I saw it, I was probably about 5. So it's been a few years since the movie first came out. I was with my dad, of course. We always watch the movies that make no sense.
Your dad has an interesting taste in movies.
Yeah, very much. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Let's watch it. You're 7. You're fine. So,
what else? What was that stupid movie about the truck who kills people?
Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. He showed you that one too, right?
Yeah, and then also Cable Guy with Jim Carrey, which you loved.
And there's another one too. Giant Little Giant. Isn't there one about an Indian with Dustin Hoffman that he showed you when you were younger?
Little Big Man.
Little Big Man.
Yeah. Which was interesting kind of movie.
So you were 5 years old. Your dad's like, "Hey, son, check this movie out."
Want to watch a movie with a dead guy? Sure. Sounds great.
So, you still like it?
Yeah, it's got a nostalgia kind of thing to it. I was watching it with Emily. She's never seen the movie, even though it's from 89. She was born in 94, so she's even younger than me.
My goodness.
She watched it. She chuckled a couple times. And she thought it was pretty interesting about how to make a dead guy a puppet, basically, is what she said.
Yeah.
The storyline, she kind of got it. It was kind of more of the comedy base. But she actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Even Carson sat there and watched it, but he kind of snuck in. We past his bedtime kind of thing. He was peeking past the door. So
what about Harrison and Elliot? Or your twin babies? Is this something you guys are going to put on when they're 5 or 6? And be like, boys,
here's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Weekend at Bernie's.
It's going to be a great weekend with your dad.
Are you tired of sleeping and having good dreams? So make sure you have nightmares.
Weekend at Bernie's, I think, is rated R, rated PG-13.
Rated R, that'd be hilarious.
I'm trying to find the actual, I think it's one of those two, I think, but it doesn't feel that way to me. It doesn't feel overly raunchy. It doesn't feel overly inappropriate, even though there are some inappropriate things going on.
Yeah, it's got a couple drug action and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
But nothing that I would think anyways rated R, besides a dead guy. I could see that.
Yeah. Movie stars Andrew McCarthy. If you're familiar with him, he was in the Brat Pack, did a few movies with Molly Ringwald. Of course, that was way before. Just don't worry about it, Katem. I'll let the people out there know. You just listen and take notes.
Okay.
Also, Jonathan Silverman is in the film, and Terry Kaiser is the one who plays Bernie Lomax. There was actually a sequel to this film. Did you see the sequel?
I didn't even know there was one.
I haven't seen it either, but it's called Weekend at Bernie's 2, and I want to see if it's the original cast. Yeah, everybody's back. Even Bernie is back, man. I don't know how this one works, but we got to review this one.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Weekend at Bernie's 2 came out in 1993, and the tagline says, Bernie's back, and he's still dead. So
well then,
that sounds very promising.
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's, you can check it out. It's one of those you can probably find in the $5 bin, or something really cheap you can get, and just have a quick laugh. And I think it's a good movie to have, watch a few times, put it away. You can bring it out in 5-10 years and still enjoy it. So. Yeah. Movie is called Weekend at Bernie's. Coming up, we got more reviews for you right here on KWOC.